Are my eating habits unhealthy or disordered? On today's episode of Crucible, we're going to be talking about the 6 warning signs.
We all face challenges, crucibles in life that make us or break us, and our health is often the biggest crucible we will face. This podcast is designed to help you achieve your health goals through simple, strategic, and proven methods. In every episode, we'll learn about how to overcome your health crucibles and live your best life.
Hello, everybody. This is Mary Lee Aitenhan coming to you live from my David Den studio here in Brentwood, Tennessee for my recording of my podcast, Crucible. And on today's Crucible, I'll be talking about, are my eating habits healthy or disordered? And I'll give you 6 warning signs. Labeling foods as good and bad, skipping meals, having strict rules, obsessing about food, feeling guilty, and constantly trying different diets. Today's information is inspired by Dr. A's life book and the nationaleatingdisorders.org. So dieting and caring about our weight is nothing new in our culture, and it seems harmless, right? But when you do these habits, when do these habits become a health concern? Eating disorders such as anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, and binge eating disorder are commonly known and talked about. People often say they're an emotional eater. Well, that kind of comes in the same category. But what many people don't know is that you don't need to have an eating disorder to have disordered eating habits or thoughts. These seemingly small habits can quickly lead you down an unhealthy path if you properly don't address them or if you don't care for them. So what is disordered eating? Disordered eating is unhealthy eating behaviors and worries about your body image. But you would know if you had any of these behaviors, right? The problem with disordered thinking is that due to the rise of diet culture, many of these unhealthy habits are now seen as being normal or even celebrated or praised, such as, oh, you look so healthy, and oh, you have so much willpower. And some of these responses have become a common way for these habits to become a motivating factor then to continue the behavior. So are you curious if your healthy eating habits may be unhealthy? Here are the 6 warning signs that your relationship with food is disordered. Number 1, labeling foods as good and bad. Salad is good, cookies are bad. This is something we learned when we were kids, probably. But this simple phrase creates a lifetime of feeling foods are off limits, meaning that when we do eat them, that we're more likely to indulge. Having cheat days also encourages people to go off the deep end on their day off of their eating plan. Number 2, skipping meals or eating very little, saving your calories for that big night out and not eating lunch. You need to eat something healthy and unprocessed foods every 2 to 3 hours to keep your blood sugar level. The program that I coach does just that, along with 8 ounces of water every 2 to 3 hours. And if you do that, you won't be hungry eating 6 times a day. Number 3, having strict rules about food. You can only eat, for instance, half of a banana. Carbs are only eaten in the morning. Having these rules and not being flexible with them. If your mindset is rigid, you will revert to autopilot and what you normally would do if you weren't strict enough with yourself. And self-sabotage enters the room right then and there, and you fail, and you sabotage yourself because you've not met your imposed set of rules. You need to move away from wanting to change to being willing to change in your mindset and your rules about food. Number 4, obsessing about food and weight. Not being able to be present and just enjoy food because you are always thinking about what you ate or what you are eating next. Or only remembering what the number was on the scale when you weighed, and that shades your whole entire mood for the day. Number 5, feeling guilty after eating. Feeling you were bad or guilty for eating that piece of cake on your birthday and spending the rest of the day or even the rest of the week wishing that you hadn't. Telling yourself you need to make up for it by either working out or eating super healthy. So instead, indulge in that birthday cake, enjoy it, and enjoy your surroundings and the people that you're with. Number 6, constantly trying different diets. Constantly going through the never-ending cycle of being on a strict diet, not being able to stay on it, or falling back to your old habits and then trying a new diet. This is why, for me, our eating program that I coach works, because it's all about transforming your mind as well as your body and your spirit, and eating healthy becomes a way of a life, a transformational lifestyle, and not a diet. So do any of these signs sound familiar? It's never too late to seek help. I did. I went into therapy and found out it wasn't my fault. Because of trauma that I'd experienced from childhood, I fell into some of these pitfalls and ways of thinking. But the good news is that you can change, and I have changed. You can improve your relationship with food and enjoy ice cream once again just because it's something that you love. So become a champion of your health and slay these disordered ways of thinking. Come join me. Please reach out and contact me directly at cruciblechampions.com or my Facebook Crucible podcast page on Facebook, obviously. Thank you so much, and God bless.
This income testimonial is not representative of the average earnings that coaches achieve with Optavia. Only a very small number of coaches will achieve income that is within the range of this testimonial. Optavia makes no guarantee of financial success. Success with Optavia results only from successful sales efforts, which require hard work, diligence, skill, persistence, competence, and leadership. Please see the Optavia income disclosure statement for statistics on actual earnings of coaches. In a clinical study, the group on the Optimal Weight 5-in-1 plan lost 10 times more weight than the self-directed group. Average weight loss for clients on the Optimal Weight 5-in-1 plan is 12 pounds. References include Dr. A's Habits of Health book by Wayne Scott Anderson, Your Life book by Wayne Scott Anderson, The 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership by Jem Diethmer, Diana Chapman, and Kaylee Warner-Klemp, Lifelong Transformation, One Healthy Habit at a Time, Optimal Weight 5-in-1 plan, Optimal Weight 3-in-3 plan, Optavia, the 4 components of our system, Optavia Coach, The Habits of Health Transformational System, Your Life book by Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson.